Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be understanding about package management. So how do you install multiple software on a single server? So to look at this animation, notice that whether we are installing Git, Docker, Java, Node or Jenkins, every installation first goes through something called a package manager. So suppose you are an admin and a requirement came in to install a list of software on that server. So what will you do? You will first go to Git website, download it, extract it and do this, and then Docker, then Java. So you're not going to do all this manually, right? So for that, we have something called package manager. Okay, so package manager does all these things for us. We just need to provide it the name of package we want to install. It have that package and different version of package there, and it will automatically install that for us. So it is like a software assistant. You simply tell it what you want to install and it downloads the correct version. And it even takes care of any required dependencies also. Without package manager, we would have to manually download, configure and maintain every application ourselves. But before we understand the package manager, let's first understand what a package actually is. Many people think a package is just the application itself, but that's not true. When you buy a laptop, inside the box, you don't just get a laptop only, you get a charger with it, some manuals, some warranty documents and some accessories. So a Linux package is similar to that. It contains executable program, library it depends on, configurable files and documentation. So when you install Git, for example, you are not downloading just one file. You are downloading everything required for Git to work properly on that machine. So this packaging makes software installation reliable and consistent across different systems. So if software comes neatly packaged, who is responsible for finding and installing these packages? That's where the package manager comes. As a developer, I simply request a package, for example, Git from package manager. So request goes to package manager. The package manager then contacts a particular repository, finds the package, downloads it, install any required dependency and finally makes the software available for us in the system. So the important thing to remember is package, which is the core software, repository where the software is stored, package manager, the tool that download and install those softwares. Think of it like online shopping. The repository is the warehouse and the package manager is the delivery service that brings the package to you. If repositories are like warehouses, then you have already used something very similar every day on your smartphone. So think of it like an app store. If you're on Android, you will be having something like Play Store. If you're on iPhone, you have App Store. So you don't manually visit the developer's website or worry about where the files are stored. The App Store handle everything for you. Linux works the same way. Instead of the Play Store, Linux has repositories. Instead of Play Store app, Linux uses package manager like APT, YUM and DNF when you run a command. So mostly we will be using APT. Okay, so APT automatically contacts the repository. APT automatically contacts the repository, downloads Git, install any required dependency and configures it for you. That's why installing softwares on Linux is usually just a single command. Now you might be wondering if Linux distribution has a package manager. Are they all same? Let's compare the different package manager used by Ubuntu and Red Hat in the next slide. Now that we understand what a package manager does, the next question is, does every Linux distribution use the same package manager? The answer is no. Look at the diagram on the screen. On the left hand side, we have the Debian family, which includes Ubuntu. These distributions use APT, which stands for Advanced Package Tool. On the right hand side, we have Red Hat family. Earlier, Red Hat and CentOS primarily use YUM, which stands for Yellowdog Updater Modified. Modern versions of Red Hat, CentOS, Stream, Fedora and Rocky Linux now use DNF, which is the newer and more efficient package manager. The important thing to remember is that all of them perform the same job. They install, update, remove, and manage software packages. The only difference is the command you use. So if you are working on Ubuntu, you'll most probably use apt. If you're working on Red Hat or Fedora based system, you'll use YUM or DNF. So as a DevOps engineer, you'll encounter both families depending on the company and the cloud environment organization is working with. Now let's look at the most important apt commands that you use almost every day. Okay, so we'll run them one by one and I'll show you. There are many more others. So let me just first quickly show you what all commands we have. Okay, app update, apt upgrade, apt install, apt remove, apt search, yum install, DNF install, like this command. Okay, and we'll be executing them one by one. I'll try to show you some of the commands, and rest of the commands you can basically try and let me know if you face any issues. Okay, so let's get started. I'm inside my code space. You can use either GitHub code space, or if you have a Linux machine on with you, you can use that as well. Okay, so the first command that we have is sudo apt update. This command is used to update package list. If you have some packages installed already, so this command will auto update all those packages for you. So that's it. Now the next command comes is sudo apt upgrade. Now Linux compares the version installed on your machine when you use this command with the latest version in the repository. So if newer versions are available, it upgrades them. On production servers, keeping packages updated is very important for receiving cybersecurity patches and bug fixes. Now search. When we want to search something, if you want to search about the Git software package, so you can use apt search Git. Okay, so this command will search the repository and show you the matching packages. It's similar to searching for an app in the Play Store or App Store. Then comes sudo apt install. So install command is used to install any software. If you want to install a particular software, then you will provide a name. For example, if you want to install Git, so sudo apt install Git. So it will install the Git package from the repository on your machine. And after that, once it is installed, we can check it with git ---- version. So yeah, we have it installed. Now the next command comes is remove. It is used to remove any packages from your machine. Sudo apt removed and the name of the repository, like here we have Git. So it will remove Git from our machine. Then we have sudo apt purge command. So purge removes both the software and its configuration file, giving you a cleaner uninstall. So if you do only remove, it will just remove the software, but it will not remove all the configuration file. So for that we use purge. Okay, so we have other commands also that you can try, and if you face an issue, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve those. So that is all about this video. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.